So, Allure of the Seas has made her way to her new home port in Galveston, Texas. This is opening up this beautiful ship to some new cruisers, and they are going to need to know some inside tips and tricks about this ship. Stay tuned. Hi everyone, Rob from Cruise Seekers, and welcome to our channel, Cruise Seekers. We're so happy that you found this video. We would like to take this time to introduce ourselves. We are a brand new cruise vlogging community here. We're growing really fast. I can't believe we're almost getting close to 5,000 new subscribers in less than a year. Thank you so much everyone who has joined the Cruise Seekers crew. If you have not done so already, please think about subscribing, hit that little notification bell on. It will give you a whole host of great ideas about cruise value, things that you can do on cruise ships, reviews of cruise ships, all those type of things. Thanks in advance. So here we are, Allure of the Seas in Texas. I know a whole lot of new people are looking at this ship to see if they want to go on it, especially if they didn't want to fly down to Florida. So you're going to need to know some inside tips and secrets about this ship because it's a big ship, something that you might have never seen before, especially in Texas. So let's get into all these little pieces and little places you can go to kind of escape the crowds, do something different. There's so much things going on Allure. A lot of these things you can just miss. My wife and I just recently took our second trip on Allure of the Seas before she actually made her way to Texas. And we came up with some interesting ideas and tips and tricks and secrets that you're going to want to listen to kind of enhance your vacation, maybe even book a special room that you didn't think even existed that will help you enjoy this ship even more. All right, so here we go. We're going to give you 2 tips about booking a cabin on Allure of the Seas, 2 of my favorite value cabins that you can book on Allure of the Seas. The first is a Broadwalk balcony cabin, the ones that you can get furthest aft as possible. The trick here, folks, is to look for cabins with the numbers 2-9 at the end. Those are the ones you want, whatever floor you want. My favorite is the 8th floor, mainly because it's, gets you access to Central Park relatively easily. It's a great place to kind of have access to easily for like dinners, especially if you're doing specialty dining. There's 3 different specialty dining places there. There's a wonderful bar there, Trellis Bar. There's also some quiet music type of things that you can relax and chill at night before you head to your room. It's a great floor if you're looking for a specific cabin. Look at those 2-9 cabins on the 8th floor. There's 2 of them. Take a look for those. Now, the reason why these are also great value cabins, not just the 8th floor, is because you're at the far aft of the ship, you're going to get some amazing ocean views. Plus, you're going to get amazing views of the Aqua Theater. Better than any other Oasis class ships because you do not have the ultimate abyss blocking your way. It's a great view of that show. I saw the show a couple times on my last trip, and I actually have a video of the room that we were in that you can take a look at. You can just I'll point it right over there. So there you go. Take a look at that link. You will see this room that we're in and see the value that you do get out of this room. It is a great room. So the other room that I kind of want to talk about is in the Central Park. It is a Central Park balcony. Now, these are special ones because it is right next to the living wall. And if you get these rooms, because they're right next to the living wall, there is some, I guess you would call infrastructure to help feed these plants over there, water these plants. And they basically took an area where a cabin would have normally been. And there's a balcony there too. And they give you a double balcony if you book these rooms. A double balcony, which is really, really nice. More outdoor space. On Allure of the Seas, I've seen them put 2 loungers in that area, so you get some extra kind of relaxation areas. It's a really nice setup if you can book these rooms. So what are these rooms? Where are they physically located? Again, you're going to want to look for cabins with the 2-9 at the end. The 629 and the 229 to be specific on any of these floors. So that's the trick. 229, 629 for the Central Parks. You'll get a double balcony if you book those rooms. All right, so the next tip I'm going to give you for Allure of the Seas is about Embarkation Day. It's going to be a very busy Embarkation Day. There's 6,000 people trying to get on the ship. And when those 6,000 people get on the ship, the first place they think about going to is the Windjammer to grab something to eat. So what does that mean? That means the Windjammer is going to be jammed. It is. It's just going to be very, very crowded. Think about going someplace else, folks. There's plenty of other places where you can go to grab a lunch during Embarkation Day that is going to be nowhere near as crowded as the Windjammer. You're going to think about the Park Cafe. That's where you're going to get some small sandwiches, a nice salad, those things. That's where my wife and I went. We really enjoyed our time there. The reason why we went there is because the Solarium Bistro, which is your option number 2, is a great location for a smaller buffet up in the Solarium, again included in your cruise price, but not as crowded as the Windjammer. So there's your other option. If you want more of like a variety that Windjammer has, think about going to the Solarium Bistro. If you want something of a lighter fare, smaller sandwiches, the great and wonderful Kimmelwick sandwich, a salad, think about going to Central Park. Nice. Both of these locations also have really good access to different bars. You have the Solarium Bar for the Solarium Bistro right nearby, and you also have the Trellis Bar right by Central Park. Good locations to go to. The other option I would recommend is if you're thinking about going to Chops, maybe think about booking a lunch at Chops for Embarkation Day. You'll be able to go to Chops for pretty much half the cost as if you would have gone in during the dinner time, and it's pretty much the same menu. The other idea is maybe go to Sabor. Sabor is a great location on the boardwalk. You'll get it again at a wonderful discounted price because it's lunchtime. So the next tip I'm going to give you is some really nice areas that you're going to want to kind of seek out to kind of separate yourself from the huge crowds that you will find on an Oasis class ship. Allure has 2 wonderful locations that are going to be very quiet compared to the other locations. The first one's a secret sun deck. Hardly anybody knows about this place. You rarely ever find anybody there. And this is probably one of the best places you can go during sail away to get some beautiful views. There's also a wonderful area too on the sun deck. They are the wings, I like to call them. These are areas that kind of jut out by the bridge so that the captain can kind of see the sides of the ship when he pulls alongside of port. So this is a great kind of area where you can just view amazing seascapes as the ship leaves port or comes into port. Go seek out these wings on this secret sun deck. Alrighty, so another secret quiet location that you'll get some amazing views that not many people go to. The first one being the area right behind the Aqua Theater. If you go right behind the Aqua Theater, that's where you will find shuffleboards, and you'll be able to get some amazing aft views. A lot of people just don't go there. They usually go to the top floors where the wipeout bar is and the flow riders, and that's where they get their aft views. If you go to the Aqua Theater and you go to the far back of it, you will get some beautiful, beautiful aft views. That's where the shuffleboards are, as I said, as well. And you can take some amazing selfies there. You'll also have some beautiful views looking forward toward the Broadwalk. It's just a great location for pictures and just chilling out for some nice views of the wake going by. But if you want to watch the wake and kind of relax and sit down at the same time, there is another secret location. And what that is if you go down to where the jogging track is, they put Adirondack chairs outside of the track in the far aft. So again, wonderful locations where you can chill. Hardly anybody is there. The only people that know that these Adirondack chairs are there are the people that use that track. So it is a quiet location where you can chill with your loved one and kind of watch the ocean go by. Take a look for those Adirondack chairs that kind of dot around that jogging track. It's a great place to just chill and see some beautiful views. Now, the next 2 tips that I'm going to give you is going to help you with your shows. Now, everybody loves these shows on the Oasis class ships, right? We got the Broadway production type of shows. On Allure, you're going to get to see Mamma Mia, and you also have the Aqua Theater. Now, these are very, very popular shows. And sometimes these shows, the reservations, get, pretty much sold out, and you would only be able to get in if you kind of have to wait on standby in case someone who reserved these shows didn't show up and they have some extra seats. So now you're stuck, right? You didn't book this show and now you want to see it, but how are you going to get to see it? And you didn't book one of those boardwalk balconies that I told you in the earlier part of this video. What are you going to do? Well, you're going to make your way to the left side of the ship if you're looking at the aft, looking at the aqua theater. There will be some stairs that says to the rock climbing wall. You can watch the aqua theater show right from there. It's a great location, great view lines. Definitely think about if you are going to go stand by, instead of getting a seat, go up those steps, park yourself right there. You will get a great view of the show. The next trick I'm going to talk about is about the Amber Theater. The Amber Theater gets very, very crowded for that Broadway show of Mamma Mia. So if you went to see Mamma Mia and you want to get out of the Amber Theater pretty darn quick after the show is over, it's going to take some time, right? Everybody's funneling through this one location. Well, definitely think about going up to the 5th floor. Don't get off on the 4th floor. Get off on the 5th floor. Walk up one flight of steps. There's some better ways to get out of the Amber Theater where there's less people. Go up to the 5th floor. You'll get out of the Amber Theater quicker and onto your next event on Allure of the Seas. Do that. It will save you some time. You will also avoid all those crowds. So the last two things I'm going to talk about is sort of things that I just completely missed when I was on the ship the first time. And one is called the small wonders. There's these things scattered across the ship that kind of look like binoculars. I completely missed them the very first time I was on the ship. And when you do find them, if you put your eyes up to them, you don't get to see further off in the distance. What you see is almost like a little bit of a piece of art on the inside. And I was like, oh, wow, this is cool. It was an interesting little thing. I was like, I wonder if there's more on the ships. And then I saw another one and I was like, oh, cool, I'll take a look at that. And then I said, oh, wow, there must be these things scattered all around the ship. So one day when my wife was taking a nap, I made a mission to try to find every small wonder I can find on the ship. It was like a little scavenger hunt. I found one here. I found one there. I realized, oh, they're all over the place. And I got to see a lot more of the ship that I originally never seen before or never really kind of looked for a specific thing in that ship. And I said, wow, these things are hidden in plain sight. It's pretty cool. The other thing I did was I went over to guest services and they told me they had a list of these small wonders. And I was like, oh, cool. I would like to see if I found them all. And I took a look at the list and I said, oh yeah, I found pretty much all of them, but there was a few that I missed. So I made my way to those as well and see what's inside. It was a cool little activity that I did on my own while my wife took a little nap. And if you do have kids, the other thing I did notice this time on the ship was there are 3 posters over by the Aqua Theater. And you have an ability to scan those posters and it will pop open a game on the Royal Caribbean app. I was like, oh, look at that. There's games on this app that no one ever knows about unless you point it to this stupid little poster. It's pretty cool, especially if you have kids on the ship. It's a nice little way to say, hey, let's go play some carnival games. They'll look at you kind of cockeyed and say, what carnival games are you talking about? And then you'll show them, hey, point your phone to here. And then they'll get to play a little game. There's 3 of them. It's pretty cool. Kids love them. It's just a thing that I was like, whoa, I didn't even notice this thing was even available to you the last time I was on the ship. So it took me 2 times to figure that one out. So there you go, folks. There's my tips and tricks for Allure of the Seas. It's amazing what's hidden in plain sight. It's amazing what kind of cool values you can get from some of these inside neighborhood balconies with some special features about them if you book the right cabin. There's also ways to avoid some crowds. There's ways to kind of make your embarkation day even better with a specialty dining that will save you even more money. I hope you really enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up. It really helps the YouTube algorithm. Leave a comment down below if you have a tip or a trick that you think everybody else should know about. I would love to see that, and I respond to all comments. If you have any questions, again, don't hesitate to leave a comment down below. We answer all our comments. And remember, if you're not a subscriber just yet, please think about subscribing. Hit that little notification bell on. Thanks in advance. So until we talk again next time, this is Rob from Cruise Seekers, reminding each and every one of you to always seek the seas. Bye now.